What's up, guys? Alex Stranger here. We are live at the Bitcoin conference here in Las Vegas. We're going to be walking around this amazing venue asking people how they are preparing for an AOC presidency. What's up, Walker? You get to be in my first live video. Are you excited?
Shit, are we live right now?
We're live on Rumble. It's exciting. I'm a fiat engagement farmer. It's a lot of fun.
To go live on Rumble.
Wow, amazing. But you're on the real Rumble channel. I'm on my Rumble channel.
Well, I'm going to be on my Rumble channel too, I think. I actually don't know how it works. I'm not much of a live streamer. So.
I know, but we're trying to make live streaming great again. And
how was the midget wrestling last night?
Well, it was fun. You know, Donald Trump won, so you can say midget now. But I was really drunk, and they all kind of looked the same to me. But anyway, Walker, what are you doing to prepare for an AOC presidency in 2028?
Oh boy, I don't know. I guess buying Bitcoin so that whatever sort of socialist hellscape she ushers in is not really of any effect to me. Is that a fair thing to say?
Like, I think that's a very appropriate response at the Bitcoin conference, Walker.
Like maybe, I don't know, like burning that whole thing down. Like, can we just like remember that Bitcoin is here because we want to subvert the state and it's going to gut the state like a fucking fish and display its guts all over the floor?
Peacefully.
No, I mean that as a metaphor, of course. Like, it not to the people who are part of the state. The state is just an apparatus. I mean that, of course, as the bureaucratic apparatus of the state should be gutted like a fish and have its guts displayed all over the floor.
No, absolutely. And I'm really glad that peacefully, yes. And I'm really glad that, like, the people at this conference all, like, feel the same way that you do. Hence the fact that we're offering yield on Bitcoin and they're offering services to give you yield on your Bitcoin.
Where does the yield come from? Where does it come from? Do you know? Have you
Well,
found
it comes
out?
from you. You're the yield.
Oh, well, that's great. I always heard, Alan Farrington once told me, the yield is the friends we made along the way. And I thought that was beautiful. And he's smarter than I am, so.
That's really beautiful, really touching. We're going to ask some other attendees how they are preparing for President AOC.
So excited. See how it goes.
Thank you. I'm more so. I'm doing my best. All right. Hey, how's it going, guys? I was wondering, what are you guys doing to prepare for an AOC presidency in 2028?
Oh, shit. Nothing. It will never happen. But thank you.
Yeah, I haven't thought that far ahead, so I'm not preparing for it at all.
Not at all? Okay. What could you do to prepare for an AOC presidency? We're asking you this question at the Bitcoin conference.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know what actions I would take now. I haven't thought through.
I don't know either.
You can't think of anything that you would do preemptively to prevent you from living through the consequences of a socialist hellscape.
Ooh.
These are awfully loaded questions.
Man. I'm on 3 hours of sleep.
It's a very simple. There's a very simple answer to this at the Bitcoin conference, but maybe we'll get to it later.
Yeah. Leading us into stock up, stack sats. I mean,
Hey, how's it going, sir? All right. Okay. Well, we're gonna keep doing this. All right. Dude, I love your shirt. Hey, do you mind me asking, what are you guys doing right now to prepare for an AOC presidential administration in 2028?
I don't expect her to win, so I'm not really preparing for that.
What do you think the GOP is doing to help facilitate President AOC 4 years from now?
I hadn't thought about it.
I'm not thinking about that. We're just stacking Bitcoin.
Well, that's a good answer. Hey guys. Hey, okay, no worries. Yeah, it's fine. We're at the Rumble area. We're in Vegas. I literally said that, and we're gonna like ask people like how they're preparing for an AOC presidency because it feels like the GOP is like doing everything that they can to help make that happen. So that's what we're doing. And we're just trying to find people to talk to. And this is super awkward. It's my first like live video, but you know, I'm a proud graduate of Autism University. They've been looking at me since I was 5, so we're excited. I wonder what the comments are going to say. Let's see what happens. Huh. Well, it's a better form, you know, Ben, and that's the thing too. Like, we're at a Bitcoin conference. Obviously it's a better form of money. There's a fixed supply that gets harder and harder and harder to produce every 4 years. Hard to produce, easy to verify. All you need to do is spend a couple $100 on a start 9, as it stands right now, to run a node which validates the transactions. I mean, that's the base case. I'm not a software expert, so I just know enough, and I have common sense to understand that it's obviously a better form of money. But we're just trying to ask people this question. Hey, guys, what are y'all doing to prepare for an AOC presidency in 2028?
Top myself.
Australia. We're living I'm living in New Zealand. If that happens, I think it'll be the end of the world.
All right, thank you. Okay. It's what do I think about foreigners? It's got nothing to do with this. Come on. I mean, they already have an AOC presidency because it's a communist shithole anyway, so it doesn't matter. And that's what the Australians, they're like, well, we've had an AOC presidency for the past like 8 years, so it's literally Tuesday. It's kind of where they're at. But hey guys, sorry to bother y'all. What are y'all doing to prepare for an AOC presidency in 2028?
We're not.
What do you think the GOP is doing to help facilitate that?
No idea, man. We're focused on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always a good answer. It kind of fixes a lot of the problems, but
Bitcoin and energy. That's what our expertise. So we're the wrong people to ask that.
Yeah, wrong people to ask. Not really political, man. Sorry.
all right, cool. Hey guys, what's up? I was just wondering, what are you guys doing to help prepare for an AOC presidency in 2028?
Running away.
No, the vibe's been fine. It's it's very corporatized. You're seeing a lot of you look through the events, and it's the corporations and the big money has obviously arrived in this field, which is good because it's gonna lead to widespread adoption. But it's also bad because like maybe the message of separating money from the state could get like kind of lost in the weeds, right? But that's really the base case, you know. Let's ask some more people. Yo, Evan, what's up? Good to see you.
We live already?
We're live. It's my first Rumble Live. I'm excited about this.
Yo, it's live streaming?
Yeah, I'm live streaming. I'm a fiat influencer now.
What's up, Rumble? How's it going?
No, it's good. We're asking people how they are preparing for an AOC presidency.
Oh, well, that's a fantastic question. I don't know. This is going to be interesting. You really think she's got a shot?
I think the GOP is doing everything in their power to give her the best shot that she can have.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen with my man, Stephen A. Smith, at the helm, going and rattling sabers with her. It's not going to happen. That man will not let it happen. The only way that he doesn't win is if Disney pays him like an obscene amount of money to just stay on their network and do the shows, whatever he's doing that.
Well, we'll see what happens, but that's the base case. We're just trying to ask, like, what are we doing? How are we preparing? What can we do right now to get ahead of the inevitable train wreck that's clearly happening? And that train wreck leads to President AOC.
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, it's crazy. There's been so much optimism in this conference, and now you're hitting me with this fucking pile of bricks. Maybe we can orange pill her. You know? Maybe maybe we're not doing a good enough job.
Maybe we're not doing and listen, to be fair, the optimism at this conference is like kind of directly correlated with like the pessimism in fiat clown world anyway.
Yeah, that is true. It is pretty gnarly.
And the majority of people that are like living in fiat clown world, like they're like 10 steps behind the curve. They're still getting financial advice from Jim Cramer.
They're still figuring out what they're gonna get for lunch today.
Well, they're crying in their car because they can't pay their bills,
Oh, dude, nothing is worse than those car videos where like people are just posted up in their car. They have it on their car mount, and just don't make those videos. Like, why do people do it? I guess they feel like they have nothing else they can do. They feel helpless. And it's really unfortunate.
It's horrifying. It's sad. It sucks. And also, dude, like a lot of people's jobs are going to probably get like automated out with AI because we got an AI revolution, right? Pretty much that we have to win. And
Yeah, well, this happens all the time with any new advent of technology, right? Like when the oil heat lamps on the street go away, like they get replaced by all these electrical jobs, like the whole new can of worms opens up. So it's really the people that take and embrace that technology and embrace the fact that you're gonna be uncomfortable in this transition period.
yes, but a lot of people don't know how to be uncomfortable, and a lot of those people are going to have hundreds of $1,000s of student debt, and their job that they got their degree in is no longer going to have any use whatsoever. And then in 2028 or 2027, when someone like AOC, 27, 28, when they come along and promise you universal wage and free healthcare and free college and automatic student loan forgiveness, a lot of those people who are going to be the new parasite class, they're going to be voting for someone like that in droves. And this actually, it sounds silly, people are laughing at it, but like President AOC could actually materialize depending on how things happen these next 3 years.
Yeah, that's true, and you really got to be very empathetic with a lot of these views too, because they're half right on a lot of things, right? And we could very much can afford a lot of those things if you were to divert spending away from other areas where this goes to waste.
It does.
That being said, they don't understand the root of the problem. They don't understand, but we can make fun of them all we want, right? But like, look what's happening right now on the other side of the aisle. Like, we're talking about Elon Musk and Doge and Trump. Like, despite all these efforts, is government spending really being cut? No. Like, nothing is stopping this fucking train.
Yeah, which brings you to that point in that this is how you get an AOC presidency potentially.
Yeah. Well, let's not lie to ourselves. Like, it's gonna flip to the other side at some point, right? Like, probably sooner than later. And even if relatively things have like cooled off and gone a little more to the center from the left, like, all that stuff is still deep rooted. Like, someone with her views will come to power at some point, most likely.
Yeah, especially with our deficit running rampant. There's no stopping this train. You have to run these trade deficits in order not to get hyperinflation because of our bullshit fiat system. Like if we cut spending on a lot of this bullshit, and even with the illegal immigration, like you start deporting a whole bunch of these people, you'll see GDP kind of drop, and then all of a sudden, like with these numbers, oh wow, maybe these foreign countries that we get cheap goods from, maybe they're not gonna maybe they're gonna kind of offload some of their American stocks. Maybe they're gonna offload some of their American dollars. Maybe they're gonna accumulate more gold. Maybe they'll start buying Bitcoin. Maybe they'll start buying Bitcoin before we start buying Bitcoin. All right, so like a lot of these problems, like it's really like a tricky situation, because if you try to fix this, like it's like poking a bunch of trying to cover all the holes in the Titanic, right? Like there's literally almost no way to do it. And this past month makes you realize that there's no way to actually cover any of the holes that are in the Titanic. It's gonna sink. And it just makes me more confident about Bitcoin being a better asset. So if you're on Bitcoin and you're stacking, it's great for you, but not everybody else understands that.
Right. Well, you got to understand the incentives aligned for the people at the top. And really, the best advice I could give anyone watching is just to think local. What can you do to have an impact in your personal relationships with your family, then your local neighborhood, maybe. Sorry, just got distracted.
That's fine.
maybe in your your county, but like where are you going to go? You you can't win all these battles. I mean, sure. The thing is, we do have people interfacing with DC here at this conference too. I just don't want to be that guy, and that's such an uphill battle, and that only goes so far. But what I'm saying is that at a personal level, local level, you can have a huge impact on a lot of people's lives.
I agree. Think locally, grow your own food, stack, and don't pay attention to a lot of the noise around you. It seems as though like a decent number of people are doing that, which is good.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Which is good. Yeah, what's up? Hold on. Hey, John. What's up? Good to see you. Yo, I gotta, dude, you work for Bitcoin Magazine.
I don't work for him. Just written for him before. That's
Let's
about it.
go. Well, listen, we're asking people how they're preparing. Okay, that's good, dude. Absolutely. Okay, we're asking people how they're preparing for an AOC presidency in 2028.
Oh, we can't wait, man. Every single day, we're just grateful that she's here, man. You know?
Yeah, but what's the GOP doing, and what's our government doing to help ensure that this actually happens?
I don't know, man. I've been pretty tuned out on politics since the election, so I'm not the guy to ask right now. But maybe she has some opinions.
No, I'm super tuned out, but as tuned out as you are on politics, it's very obvious. I'm very tuned into the fact that we have a fiscal train wreck on our hand that there's no stopping.
Right. Which, frankly, I don't know if either party can solve that. I mean, it's a pretty bad problem right now. Right?
Well, that's the thing. Nobody can solve that problem. And if we cut, no, you can't. You cut spending, then all of a sudden other countries lose faith in our dollar because GDP goes down and all these macro numbers take a hit, and then people divest from American stocks. They maybe hold less, slightly less amount of American dollars. Not going to offload all of it, but it'll be a noticeable difference. Yeah. And a lot of
more disenchanted because the price of their assets are going down, right?
Yeah, and a lot of boomers have many of their assets in equities, and when grandma loses 40% of her net worth because the stock market's a Ponzi scheme and she isn't buying Bitcoin, well, that's a great way to raise a little communist.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're doing our best to fight the communism. Yeah.
No, obviously. I mean, you see my city council videos and whatnot, but I'm just saying, it's silly, and you could say you're checked out from politics, but A, politics finds you, and B, when you pay attention to the macro landscape, it's very easy, just in a very digestible way, well, how can you raise a communist? And oh, I know, automate your mid-level job through AI when you have $150,000 in debt. Oh, cut a bunch of spending, and now grandma's portfolio just dropped by 30%, and you believe all the bullshit about them cutting entitlements like Social Security. It's very easy to see someone like that say, look, I'll promise you a universal wage.
Right.
Or an AOC adjacent type. Yeah. So
I think that's going to come. I think Bitcoin can actually be a solution for that. If we had decentralized Bitcoin mining for UBI, you could get resources to the people that need it, but you could also do it in a decentralized way that prevents that capture of just overwhelming power, right? So yeah, I think it can be done, but it has to be done in a way that it makes sense and decentralized. I think the Bitcoin blockchain can do that.
I hope so. A lot of these miners are KYC, want you to KYC and shit now too, which is ridiculous.
Right.
There's got to be a real, it's great that you're embracing Bitcoin. It's all this stuff, but we don't need a stablecoin bill.
Right.
We don't need any crypto legislation on things that are not real. That's a casino. Just literally use better money and protect privacy. And this is what we still live in America.
Yeah, we're gonna be all right, man. We're winning.
I feel great.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic. The problem is,
how have you been, by the way? You look good.
I've been working out.
Good, yeah,
I've been lifting.
dude.
Yeah, I've been lifting. Just eating meat.
Smartest one here.
Oh, let's go. Well, how are you preparing for an AOC presidency?
No camera for me.
All right, no camera. Okay. All right, listen. We're gonna walk around. We're gonna talk to more people. Good to see you. Absolutely. All right. All right. So yeah, that was fun. People here are obviously a lot more intelligent than the average person you talk to on 6 Shooter at a city council meeting. And it's laughable and it's absurd to talk about President AOC 4 years from now. But with the way the macro environment is going, with the lack of education on financial literacy that most people have, and with AI and things being automated, along with the fact that you can't really stop this fiscal train wreck, it's not entirely impossible for this to happen. Plus you factor in all the cultural stuff, you factor in immigration, you realize that if you do mass deportations and GDP fucking plummets because it's artificially inflated, and other countries like, oh, hey, guess what? Like, we're gonna like maybe divest from U.S. stocks a little bit. Obviously, okay, great. You know, I don't care that much, but like when this affects grandma's portfolio and grandma's retirement, you know, maybe now you might help. You may have helped like turn your grandson into like a little communist potentially. So these are like real concerns. People could laugh all they want and think it's absurd and ridiculous, but it's something to get ahead of and to get ahead of now while everyone is laughing at it. So we're going to talk to more people. Hey guys, I'm good. How are you? I was wondering, like, what are you guys doing to help like prepare for President AOC in 2028?
Yeah, I'm froze on that one. Got no answer for you.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think could like actually? I know it sounds absurd and ridiculous, but like, what do you think would have to transpire for that to be a reality?
I don't think there's any reality that would come to fruition.
You don't think so? Like, you don't think that like the disenfranchisement of like Republican and like center right voters over the fact that like the Doge cuts are clearly not working, or the fact that mass deportations haven't happened and can't happen because it fucks up the fiscal train wreck that we're on? You don't think like that, along with AI automating like a bunch of entry level jobs and a bunch of recent college graduates with they them pronouns are like six figures in debt with a job that got automated by a robot? You don't think like a candidate running a platform on giving you like a universal wage and free healthcare could potentially get, like, you don't think a lot of people could get suckered into that shit in a couple years?
No response. No response. I got nothing. Yeah, I got nothing.
Look, I hope you're right. I'm just saying, like, let's address the concern while everyone's laughing at me versus like when it's actually happening at your door, right?
I mean, I guess there's always a possibility, but I don't see it happening. I just don't.
You don't see it? All right. I love your optimism.
I just don't. But yeah.
All right.
That's all I got.
Yeah. All right. Let's how long are we going live for? Okay, we've been going live for like 20 minutes. Okay. Let's talk to a few more people and then we'll get this going. All right. Yo, how's it going, man? Doing good. Hey, I have a question. What are you doing to prepare for President AOC in 2028?
Which president?
United States.
Trump will be back.
You think Trump's coming back?
Yeah, or Vivek.
Or Vivek?
Yep.
Okay. What do you think will have to happen for us to get President AOC?
I'm for Vivek, brother.
Well, no, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just asking you, like, what disasters will have to happen in the next 3 years to get President AOC?
I don't know, really. I really don't know.
Okay. What will have to happen in the next 3 years to get President Vivek, or to get Donald Trump to come back, or to get JD Vance to still be as popular as he is in 28?
If they do whatever they're doing right now, so they're doing a great job.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think, like, what are they doing a great job in?
Everything. Crypto reserve, tariff, everything.
Tariffs?
Yep.
Okay. But an appeals court literally tried to not let them even implement the tariffs.
I don't know anything about it. I'm really sorry. I don't know anything about it. I'm really sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm just we're just trying to ask some questions, but
Yeah. Have fun, brother.
all right, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, how's it going, guys? Sorry to bother you. We're just trying to ask people like what they're doing to prepare for like President AOC in 2028.
I don't think she's going to be president, but I don't know. All your money in Bitcoin.
Hey, great
I'm
answer.
surprised if she won.
Hey, listen, I as it stands right now, yeah, I think you gave a great answer at the Bitcoin conference, but you know, a lot of bad things could happen in the next 3 years to pave the way for an AOC presidency. A bunch of people with they them pronouns who have six figures of student loan debt that like got their jobs automated by a machine and now they can't work in tech anymore. They might like really be happy about a candidate saying we should promise you a universal wage and free healthcare and all this bullshit, even if it is connected to a central bank digital currency, God forbid. bunch of GOP voters might be mad if Trump doesn't like mass deport 20 million illegal aliens that came here, which you actually can't even do physically because it'll fuck up not even the resources, but it'll fuck up the GDP numbers. And then a bunch of other countries just take money out of U.S. stocks, and then grandma's retirement goes out the window. And then now you just raised a little communist anyway. So like, it's not that crazy and absurd to think about. Like, this could actually happen.
Might win, yeah. I mean, whoever the best candidate is should win, but I don't know. It's too early.
Hey, well,
Trump just won.
I know, but that's why we're talking about it, because we better address this shit now, because if we don't address it, you might actually get President AOC.
I guess we'll see.
We'll see. We'll AOC. All right, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, let's end the live stream, dude. I think that was enough. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And this is a lot of fun. Great time talking to new people, addressing these issues. President AOC, whatever. Okay, look, I'm done with live streaming. We'll see what the comments say.